Jimmy two-time Yinzology with Milestone Monday and Steeler Week 3 recap.
This episode of Yinzology is brought to you by Ingomar Beer Distributor, located between the Wexford exit and Route 19. Hey, what you got in your core?
Paul Skeens with his 1.99 ERA is only the second player to post an ERA of less than 2 through 22 career appearances since 1913. Number 1, Milestone Monday. Number 2, Cam Hayward with his 81.5 career sacks, our most by a defensive lineman in franchise history, second most by any player in franchise history, and get this, 9th most by a defensive tackle in NFL history. Milestone Monday number 2. Milestone Monday number 3, the Wizard of Oz, Chris Boswell, now has 1,000 career points. Kudos to the Wizard of Oz. I love it. Milestone number 3. And potential coming up, hopefully this coming week, milestone number 4 with 1/2 sack. He doesn't even need a whole sack. With a half a sack, TJ Watt will become the second fastest player to 100 career sacks since 1982. So that's potential milestone Monday number 4. Amazing Pittsburgh sports. Absolutely amazing. Now for the Pittsburgh Steeler Week 3 recap. Steelers sit at 3-0 on top of the division after a big 20-10 win against the Chargers. A lot of things went well. They were able to overcome some things. Number 1, Fields threw that first interception of his Steeler career, but he was able to right the wrong, overcome, be able to figure it out, not make the same mistake twice. Calvin Austin, what can we say? Everyone had a big to-do about the wide receiver room. Who's going to back up George Pickens? You know, Calvin Austin is doing his part. That little slant across the middle, he takes it to the house. I mean, amazing. The guy's got some speed. The guy's got some hands. He has some elusiveness. So that was really good to see. Freiermuth, safety valve again. Being able to get open, being that third alternative. As Fields makes his progression through the different receivers down the field, Freiermuth seems to always be open. So really good for Freiermuth, doing well. Offensive line, you know, what can we say? Broderick Jones gets pulled last week, and if Fatanu gets hurt and Broderick Jones gets thrown back into the fire, he does well on that one tackle position. You got Dan Moore on the other side. Mason McCormick is coming in as the extra blocker. He's doing well. Darnell Washington's doing well. You got Zach Frazier is running people over. You got the whole offensive line really working as a cohesive unit. And then that allows not only Fields to have that time to look down the field, survey what's going on, but Najee and Cordarrelle Patterson doing great. Najee got a little bit of a slow start, but then whenever he kicked it into gear, he's running people over. Patterson in the fourth quarter, awesome. On those last couple drives, he was able to hit the gap and just one cut and go. So offense really coming together. I was impressed with it, not putting up as much points as we'd like, but I was really impressed with the offensive scheme. Defensive side of the ball, Nick Herbig with 2 big sacks. I mean, that guy's becoming a monster. Got Highsmith going down. You have Herbig coming in. Herbig can wreak havoc there and help out that front 7. TJ Watt, disruptive as usual. I mean, the guy, he got that sack. The guy's just, it's a motor that never stops. Joey Porter, big tackle order. I mean, that whenever they had that little screen, that little flat pattern, and he was able to cut right through the blockers and take him down, great. He also drew that penalty on that punt. Whenever he wouldn't let the guy come back onto the field to play, you run off into the sidelines, that's a penalty there. So playing smart and really playing tough. You also have a Landon Roberts all over the place this game. Number 50, all over the place. Looked like Shazier, basically. He was definitely an integral part of this defense and really helped them lead the charge in that second half to shut that Chargers team down. Patrick Queen led the way in tackles for the Steelers. The Steelers held the Chargers to less than 200 yards on total offense. They let them have a couple long drives or longer drives in the first half, but second half they completely slammed the door on them. So defense, offense, they're playing together. And then the third aspect, you got the special teams. Chris Boswell, 62-yard miss. I mean, not too many people are going to do that. He had the leg. It was just he pulled a little wide right. So he'll make the adjustment. If he's called on to do that next game, he'll probably make it. If you throw that out, he was 2 for 2 in field goals. Like I mentioned, got the 1,000 points for his career. So really all three facets of the game are playing well. But all in all, 3-0 for the Steelers. We got to continue to distance ourselves from everyone else in the division. Come playoff time, these wins that we should win are going to be the most important, because in the past few years, games that we should win, we find ways to lose. Now we're 3-0. We're beating teams that we should. The Chargers, really good team, come into Pittsburgh 2-0, and now they leave Pittsburgh 2-1. So hats off to the Steelers. Let's keep everything going for next week. They're on the road against Indy. Until next time, I'm Jimmy Two Time, and I'm out.